We once walked on the moon, and then we never went back. Over 50 years have passed since the last human footprints were left in lunar dust. So, will we ever land back on the moon? Or was Apollo just a one-time flex in the space race? And if we do go back, will we stay? Back in 1969, Neil Armstrong made history with one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. 6 Apollo missions successfully landed humans on the moon, the last being Apollo 17 in 1972. Then, nothing. No return missions, no bases, no expansion. But why? Some say it was money. Others blame politics. And some, they whisper about conspiracies. But the real reason we never returned? It's complicated. The Apollo program was insanely expensive. Over $150 billion in today's money. And after winning the space race against the Soviet Union, public interest faded. The government shifted priorities, and NASA's budget took a major hit. Instead, we spent decades building space stations and perfecting low Earth orbit travel. The focus shifted to the Space Shuttle, the International Space Station, and satellite technology. The moon? It became a relic of the past. And of course, let's not forget the conspiracy theories. Some believe we never even went to the moon in the first place, claiming it was all an elaborate hoax. But with modern technology and new space missions proving otherwise, it's clear. The moon landings were real. The real question is, why haven't we done it again? But here's the plot twist. The moon is back in the game. NASA's Artemis program aims to land astronauts on the moon again, this time to stay. The first uncrewed test flight, Artemis I, has already happened. Artemis 3? That's the one that will bring humans back possibly by 2026. Artemis isn't just a repeat of Apollo. It's a whole new vision for space exploration. The program will use the powerful Space Launch System, SLS, rocket, and the Orion spacecraft to transport astronauts beyond Earth's orbit. But here's where it gets interesting. NASA is also developing the Lunar Gateway, a space station orbiting the moon that will serve as a hub for future missions. And astronauts won't just land anywhere. They'll head to the moon's south pole, where water ice could support long-term habitation. And let's not forget SpaceX's involvement. NASA has selected SpaceX's Starship as the human landing system for Artemis 3. If successful, Starship could revolutionize moon travel, making it more affordable and frequent. And it's not just NASA. China has its own moon ambitions, planning a crewed mission by the 2030s. Through its Chang's program, China has already landed rovers on the moon and is working on a lunar base called the International Lunar Research Station. If successful, this could make China a dominant force in the next era of space exploration. So why return now? The moon isn't just a pretty rock in the sky. It has water ice, which could be turned into drinking water, oxygen, and even rocket fuel. That means future space missions could refuel on the moon instead of carrying everything from Earth. The moon could become a gas station for the solar system. And this time, it's not just about flags and footprints. NASA wants a permanent base on the moon as a stepping stone to Mars. Imagine astronauts mining resources, living on the moon, even using it as a launch pad for deep space missions. That's like science fiction? Maybe. But it's happening. But hold on. Returning to the moon isn't easy. Space is still dangerous. Radiation exposure, extreme temperatures, and massive costs make lunar missions incredibly challenging. Not to mention space politics. Who owns the moon? What happens if multiple nations claim territory? These are questions that still don't have clear answers. And what about international competition? With multiple countries planning lunar missions, the space race isn't just between NASA and China. The European Space Agency, India's ISRO, and even Russia have ambitious lunar plans. The ESA is actively working on the Moon Village concept, a collaborative lunar base where different nations contribute technology, infrastructure, and resources. And let's talk about the future economy of the moon. Private companies like Blue Origin and Astrobotic are already developing technology for lunar mining. Some believe the moon could be the first step toward a space-based economy, with lunar resources fueling the next generation of space travel. Imagine a future where industries operate in space, where lunar tourism is real, and where mining companies extract valuable resources from the moon's surface. And this isn't just about the moon, this is about Mars. The moon could be our proving ground for deep space travel. If we can build sustainable habitats, extract resources, and survive long-term on the moon, Mars is the next logical step. The Artemis program isn't just about returning to the moon, it's about learning how to live in space. But it doesn't stop at Mars. Some scientists believe that mastering lunar technology will be the key to even deeper space exploration. The lessons we learn on the moon could help us prepare for missions to Jupiter's moons, asteroid mining, or even interstellar travel. This is bigger than just another moon landing. This is about the future of humanity in space. So will we ever land back on the moon? The answer isn't if, it's when. The real question is, will we stay this time? Or will history repeat itself? Are we about to enter a new era of lunar exploration? Or will bureaucracy and politics stall humanity's biggest leap yet? What do you think? Will humanity build a future on the moon? Or is it just another space dream? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing tech content about space and anything else.